Deputy Chief, would you please make sure everybody's in that's coming in? '26 Liquor Board hearing is now in session. I move to approve the transcripts from the February 10th, 2026 hearing as the official minutes. All board hearings are transcribed, and those transcriptions are stored electronically and serve as the official minutes. They can be reviewed online or by appointment with the board's office. I'm looking for a second.
I second the approval.
Thank you. I have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So be it. Mr. Hurdle, would you please?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm Abraham Hurdle, counsel to the board. At the beginning of every meeting, council makes a few brief announcements. First, the commissioners are part-time public servants and they have outside interests. When they know they have a conflict of interest or the appearance of a conflict of interest, they recuse themselves. They cannot possibly know who will appear from the public in any given matter which may present a conflict of interest to them. If anybody believes that any commissioner or commissioners has a conflict of interest in any matter, you have to announce that to us as the case is called, and the commissioner or commissioners, as the case may be, will deal with that accordingly. If not, then the commissioners will proceed with all hearings under the assumption that there is no conflict of interest. Secondly, the rules of the board provide that the chair, for the purpose of administrative and judicial economy, can have the board's counsel, myself, rule on admissibility of evidence and objections if there are counsel present and objections are made. The board handles many cases at every hearing, and this assignment allows us to expedite the hearings. So rather than the chairman turning to me and me advising the chairman, I'll simply make a ruling, and my ruling will be that of the chair. It is mid-April, and if you haven't filed your renewal, you do need to do that very soon.
Okay, thank you. Chief, would you please call the first case?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just a reminder for everybody to silence your cell phones if you've not already done so. Our first case will be for K&S Spirits LLC, trading as Starting Gate Liquors, Angela Chen, managing member, Z Zhang, member, George Kleindens, the third member, Detective Middleton, 1061, Detective Mountcastle, badge 1155, Inspector George Matthews. This is a Class A package good BWL with BW Tasting Sunday service located at 3495 Laurel Fort Meade Road in Laurel, Maryland, 20724. This is for a violation of rules and regulations of the Board of Licensed Commissioners for Arundel County, Chapter 4. Thank you, sir. Anyone wishing to testify for or against, please come forward, remain standing, and raise your right hand, please. Thank you. Do you solemnly swear and affirm under the penalty of perjury that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do. You agree?
I need verbal.
Please acknowledge. Thank you.
Thank you. Once you've acknowledged, please be seated. Starting from my left, if you could please state your name and address for the record.
Detective Tom Middleton, Anne Arundel County Police, assigned to District Operations Unit.
Ma'am. Thanks. We'll start in the back with the gentleman. Sir, your name and address for the record.
Olde, 715 Green Shower Way, Greenberg, 2077.
Thank you. Sir.
Christopher Bravo.
Sir.
Thank you. 20706.
Thank you. Sir.
George Finance, 354 Copeland South, Maryland, 206.
Thank you. You all can please be seated.
Okay, just a quick question before we go any further. All five of you have signed in when you came in, correct?
They have it.
Good. We just need to have your name for the official records. Thank you. Go ahead, Chief.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. You all please be seated, and we will continue with the case. Mr. Hurdle.
Good evening, Chairman, Commissioners. Detective Middleton, Anne Arundel County Police. This incident was May 15th of 2025, approximately 8:25 PM. Detective Mountcastle and myself were working Operation Save, conducting alcohol compliance checks at retail businesses. We directed a confidential source, 20 years of age subject, to enter the Starting Gate Liquors at 3495 Laurel Fort Meade Road in Laurel, Anne Arundel County, Maryland. The confidential source was verified through MBA records. I do have a certified copy to verify age here tonight. The CS entered the store, and once inside, the CS picked out a six-pack of Miller Lite beer, took it to the front counter. The clerk did not ask the CS for any identification. Confidential source was given official Anne Arundel County funds, was able to purchase the Miller Lite beer from the clerk. CS exited the business, immediately turned over the alcoholic beverages to myself. I recognize this through my training and experience. The Miller Lite beer is an alcoholic beverage. We entered the store, identified ourselves as police officers, identified the clerk as Angela Lynn Chen with a date of birth of 2/1/78 via her Maryland driver's license. Ms. Chen advised that she is the owner and was alcohol awareness trained. She was advised of the violation. Ms. Chen advised that she had to fill unexpectedly in on this night in question, and she was very cooperative. Photos were taken of Ms. Chen. Her driver's license, the Anne Arundel County liquor license, was properly displayed, and a picture of the Miller Lite beer. The Miller Lite was subsequently destroyed, and a copy of the report was forwarded to Anne Arundel County Liquor Board. That would be my statement of facts.
Counsel, do you have any questions for the detective?
No, Your Honor. For the record, actually, Stuart Schad, spelled S-C-H-A-D-T, is counsel for the Starting Gate. We're not contesting any of the allegations. We're submitting on the facts. We're just here merely to offer mitigation and request that a reasonable fine be assessed without any interruption of business activities.
Commissioners, any questions?
No, I have no questions. Commissioners?
No questions.
Chad, anything in mitigation?
Oh, certainly. So Ms. Chen is the owner here, and I'm going to go through a packet with her. Maybe it's appropriate to hand the exhibits up at this time?
Yes, Michelle will take them from me.
Thank you. So Ms. Chen, well, I'll wait till they're all being handed out. I will go through them page by page, but I'm going to ask a few introductory questions if you don't mind. Ms. Chen, since these incidents, you've taken several measures to ensure that it won't happen again, correct? Okay. As the documents will indicate, I understand you've installed license scanners.
Yeah, for both registers.
Both registers. You've created and required every employee to review an employee standard operating
Yeah,
procedure
yeah,
manual.
everybody signed SOP.
Okay. And all the current employees have renewed alcohol awareness training?
Yeah, and they just go on an online class. Yeah.
Okay, and we'll talk about that in a minute. And all the employees.
Can you have her speak into the microphone?
Yes, I'm sorry. Pull that over a little closer. And yeah, okay, great. And all employees had already taken a Serve Safe alcohol training program,
Yeah,
and everyone's now had the renewed one. And then you installed signs throughout the store stating that anyone 40 or
appear
under.
under 45 should check the ID.
Okay, so let's go through these documents for the board. The first 2 pages, can you describe what they are?
Oh, I think those are the compliance we passed, I think.
So you get these when someone comes to the store and you actually, and you.
Yeah, and then they
comply.
mailed it to us that said we passed the
Okay,
inspections.
all right, and go ahead to the next page. Can you, what is that, a photograph of?
Oh, this is for the ID scanner we installed, and that's the screenshot.
And then the next 2 pages beyond that.
Oh, those, the invoice for both the ID scanners.
And how many?
We only had 2 register and both of them had ID scanner now.
Okay, and you also have a lottery machine, I understand?
Yeah, we had a lottery machine.
Does that have a scanner?
They automatically come with them.
Okay, and now, and the next picture is a variety of photographs. What does that
Oh, we
depict?
put the signs, inside and outside the store, like tell people get the ID ready, and then we call everybody appear under 45.
Okay,
So,
and you
yeah.
sort of highlighted some of them.
Yeah, those are the signs for the ID check,
They're difficult to read. Do you know what they say?
because you can take the, like, photo ID required 21 under.
Under.
Yeah, 21 under, and then on the register, we put, like, we call anyone appear under 45. So this is also remind the employees,
Okay.
always check the IDs.
Yeah, it still is hard to see, but it says photo ID
Yeah, I should
required.
take the color one.
That's okay. All right, and then beyond that, there's a series of documents that's at the top. It says starting gate, liquor and standard operating procedures. What, explain what you do with the employees with that
So,
document.
anyone who working should sign this before starting work, like, so they know the policy, like, check ID check, and then,
So it says, for example, under number 1, 100% ID check policy. What's the first one?
so anybody appear under age 40 must check ID, and also employee, they need to know that what kind of ID is acceptable, and all these they learn it from the tips too.
Okay,
Yeah.
tips.
And also the employee should be financially responsible, like anything happen. So they will take it seriously.
Okay. Can you toggle past all the, so there's, every current
Yeah,
employee
every current employee have those.
executed that.
Yeah.
Okay. And
And
then,
those the new tips, they do the online class.
no, when you're calling it tip, you're saying tips.
It's called TIPS, it's an online
Okay.
awareness training class.
Not to be confused with the tip that you would
No.
receive. Okay. And every current employee has taken that.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Even though they previous already finished, but I told them to redo it again.
Okay. And so the ones that are all green is the previous
The
one?
previous one, yeah.
Describe what takes place when you do the tips course. How long does it take and what does it
It's
entail?
3 hours class.
And what does it entail? What do you,
It teach you, it tell you like what, like, how, like what kind of ID you accept, like, you should take the, like the driver license or state, make sure like acceptable ID you should take. Also,
so what type of IDs you should take, what type of IDs you shouldn't take, I guess?
the ID already expired, you shouldn't take, and then also like, you see some ID is damaged or you shouldn't take, student ID you shouldn't take, so, yeah.
Is there an aspect of the course that also talks about the interaction with the employee, with the customer?
Like, if you see someone intoxicated, you shouldn't serve, and then,
So if somebody was intoxicated, is that what you're
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
And these all have been implemented since the second incident?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think I have anything further, Ms. Chan. If anyone has any questions?
Commissioners, any questions?
Just for clarification purposes, your standard operating procedures, SOP, as you have it outlined, under 100% ID check policy, you have in here, all customers who appear under the age of 40 must present a valid government-issued photo identification. You also go on to say, when in doubt, always check ID. And then you go on to say, no sale may be completed without the verification of the age, meaning 21 plus. Owners and managers are subject to the same check policy as the employees.
Yeah.
And then you go through the list of acceptable applications. I noticed the dates that these were signed were after the violation date. Is that put into effect at the date of the signature, so there was nothing in effect?
No, right after the
Right.
second violation, because second violation was my fault, I am
Okay.
take full responsible for that, yeah.
Okay,
So,
no, and that's where I'm kind of going with this. I want to make sure I understand the sequence in which these took place. You also say it's the employee's financial responsibility and liability. And that's totally between you and the employees, but you
Yeah.
do understand that the liquor board really has no say in that.
I know.
If we decide that there should be a fine or a penalty assessed, and that's for you to pay
Yeah, this
us.
just to make sure
What you
that
do
they
with
take
the
it seriously.
employee. Yeah. No, I'm just making sure you understand that we cannot hold that employee liable or responsible to pay you for that fine. That's between you and them. Okay? No further questions.
I think I can also add, Mr. Chairman, that some of the dates are signed because they're subsequent employees. So their date of signature is when their date of employee, basically. So that's why the dates are, because there's a brand new employee that just signed it recently.
Just a quick question about these letters issued by the Department of Health. Are these two copies of the same letter, or are they two separate letters?
I asked the same question. You may answer, but
It's two.
Okay.
It's
Do
two.
you know the approximate dates that these
No, I
letters
had
were
the
issued?
envelope. It doesn't say the date.
Do you have the approximate year?
I think one is last year and one is beginning this year.
Oh, beginning of this year.
Yeah.
and they both took place after the second incident.
Yeah. I had a copy of the envelope in it.
I think the point is that these letters were received in a non-compliance or a compliance check after the violation dates. Is that correct? Mr. Chang and Commissioner Chang?
Both of these letters were issued after the second violation?
Yeah.
Okay, so these are recent? Thank you.
Thank you.
And I know neither are dated.
Mr. Chair?
I have no further questions for anybody at this time. So we want to go ahead and I'll go ahead and proceed with the motion.
I was going
Excuse me.
to, if I may,
You can.
very briefly, one other witness. Christopher? Can you just, for the board, would you just elaborate a little bit more on what the alcohol training course, what aspects of it, especially in the interaction between the employee and the customer that you described to me earlier?
So pretty much the courses would pretty much shows how to tell if somebody would be intoxicated, with certain like pro tips to help yourself, and also like learn the bylaws and commercial laws between the certain how the consequences work out afterwards.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I guess just in closing, that there are two aspects to it. It's you know, what the protocol should be as far as identifying what IDs you should take, and secondly, whether you should be serving someone who appears to be intoxicated. So those are the aspects of the course.
Okay, is there anything else that you'd like to present?
I don't think
Mr.
so.
Schatt?
No, thank you. We just had all the employees here in case the board had any inquiries of them, and also the person that was there during the other incident.
Right, and it's my understanding that Ms. Chen, who was the licensee, was on duty at the time that this took place. And she was the clerk that made the sale?
That's correct.
Okay. I have no further questions, so I'm getting ready to make a motion. Mr. Schatt, I don't know how familiar you are with this board and the procedures. Excuse me, I'm sorry. We look at previous offenses that are involved in sales to minors. We only go back 5 years, though. I mean, we have people who have them prior to that. We don't take those violations and hold the licensees responsible, because it may have been 15 years ago when they had their first one, and we don't want to say, well, this is your second offense. But in this case, back on August 10th of 2022, which is within that 5 years, they had their first violation, and they were fined, I think it was $700 at that time. So this would be the second violation within that 5-year period. I'm going to go ahead and make a motion, which is pretty standard across the board, for a second offense within 5 years for sale to minors. And that is, I'm going to make a motion that we fine starting gate $1,000 for each of the two charges for the minors and the sales under 21. That's a total of $2,000 plus any administrative cost or court cost, as you may know. That's a motion. I'm looking for a second.
I second the motion.
Thank you. I have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
So be it. We know you have another one coming up, so we'll just roll right into that if that's all right, Mr. Shat. Abe, you're all right?
I do not.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry, second violation with the,
Correct, another violation
I
today.
apologize.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I appreciate it. So we were dealing with just Ms. Chan's. Thank you.
Chief?
Absolutely. So our next case is going to be again for K&S Spirits LLC, trading as Starting Gate Liquors. We've already sworn in everybody.
Counsel, do you waive reading?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Well, Mr. Erda?
Detective?
Detective Middleton, Anne Arundel County Police. This incident was January 21st of 2026, approximately 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Detective Maricus, 2318, and myself were working Operation Save, conducting alcohol sales compliance checks for retail businesses. We directed a confidential source, 20 years of age subject. Our CS was verified. I do have MBA record to verify age here with me tonight. The confidential source was searched prior to detail to make sure he did not have any money, alcoholic beverages, or identification on his person. We observed the CS enter the business. The CS went into the store, picked out an 18-pack of Miller Lite beer and a miniature bottle of Fireball cinnamon whiskey, took it to the front counter. The clerk did not ask the CS for identification. CS was given official Anne Arundel County funds, was able to purchase the Miller Lite beer and the Fireball cinnamon whiskey from the clerk. CS exited the business, immediately turned over the alcoholic beverages to myself and Detective Maricus. We know through our training knowledge and experience that Miller Lite beer and Fireball cinnamon whiskey are alcoholic beverages. We entered the store, identified ourselves as police officers, identified the clerk as Paul Pyung Yu, date of birth of 5/10/45. He was advised, Mr. Yu was advised of the violation. He advised that he is alcohol awareness trained. The manager on duty was identified as Christopher Bravo. Bravo advised that he was on the manager's agreement with the liquor board. Photograph was taken of Mr. Yu, the Miller Lite beer, and the Fireball cinnamon whiskey, which was later destroyed. Photograph was taken of the Anne Arundel County liquor license, properly displayed on the wall. The clerk, Mr. Yu, followed us out of the store and confronted us as we were getting inside our police vehicle. Mr. Yu demanded to confront the CS inside our vehicle. He stated, "I see him now," and started to walk towards the passenger side of our police vehicle. I exited the truck quickly, told Mr. Yu to step away from the truck. The CS was visibly upset, thinking that he was going to be confronted by the store clerk. I told Mr. Yu to go back into the store and that he was going to be in trouble if he refused. The incident outside did create a safety issue for both myself, the detectives, and the CS. It's hard enough to try to get a confidential source to work these types of details, and when they're subject to getting scared of being confronted on these details, it creates a big issue for the whole detail, the safety for everyone involved. Mr. Yu's demeanor was angry and aggressive, and just wanted to reiterate, we're responsible for the safety of the CS during these operations, and it created an unsafe situation. So that would be a statement of facts. A copy of the report was forwarded to the Anne Arundel County Liquor Board.
Thank you.
Counsel, do you have any questions for the detective?
Oh, no, sir.
Chairman, any questions?
No, I think your statement of facts is sufficient.
Commissioners, any questions?
No questions.
No questions.
Counsel, anything in mitigation?
I think we would just submit on the same mitigation as previous, since they were all implemented basically after the second incident. Although there was one of the license readers was installed in December 25, so just prior to this, but then as a result of the second incident, they ensured that the second one also contained a licensed reader.
Thank you.
Chairman, any questions?
I have a couple of questions. I understand you brought your employees with and they've been sworn in. I have a question for Mr. Yu and for Mr. Christopher Bravo. Are they here tonight?
They are.
That's Mr. Yu, correct? Okay. I'll get to you in a second. Is Mr. Bravo here tonight? Okay. No, I'm sorry, I should have remembered. Mr. Yu, you heard the police department or the police department representative, the police officer, read that statement in which he said you came out of the store and approached the vehicle in which that confidential source. Is that what happened?
No, I just, they come in and say we violation for sale of beer. And I couldn't remember who is it. So I want to find out who is it. They just look around, that's all. I just come back.
Okay, that varies slightly from what I heard, but I understand everybody has a point of view. Mr. Bravo, quick question for you. You were the manager on duty.
Yes, sir.
Were you there next to Mr. Yu when all this was going down?
No, I actually wasn't.
And where were you?
I was,
Oh, but you were on the property, but,
Yep.
okay. All right, so you did not witness anything, either the confidential source making the purchase or what took place with Mr. Yu going outside?
No, I did see when he was at the store.
Did you try to stop him or talk to him?
No, I was actually curious why. I didn't know why.
Okay, I can understand. I have no further questions at this time.
Commissioners, any questions?
I have a question about, you purchased the scanner in November, and you said it was installed December of '25?
No, I'm sorry, I thought the invoice noted that it was,
It doesn't invoice when it was
oh,
installed.
I'm sorry, 11,
But so it was
I-
purchased 11/5?
it was, and it was installed when you purchased it?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So it was November of 20.
So were you using that
Yeah.
POS, the date of this transaction? Of when Mr.
Okay.
Yu's transaction?
The first one was installed on November 2025, and then we had two POS. The other one right next to the lottery machine, they said they can use that machine to detect the ID, to check the ID. So I didn't do that machine. Right after it happened to Yo, so I installed the second one. So now both POS had the ID scanner.
So if they don't scan ID, will the transaction still go through? Can they override it?
No. When you scan the item, it always shows check ID. So that
Well, I
reminds
know
them.
that, I understand, but can they override it? Can the clerk override that and just
Can he still
proceed
make
with
the
it?
sale?
Uh-huh.
I don't think she understands.
Yeah,
So,
When they scan it, right, it will show check ID, but you can skip, but when it pop out, it reminds that, because I told employee that when customer approaching you, you have to, in your mind that you need to check his ID or not.
so they can ring up a purchase without checking ID. They're not supposed to, but they can.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I would add, with regard to the interaction with Mr. Yu, I know there's he's a bit of a language barrier, and I think there may have been some confusion as to what was happening, and was trying to perhaps, get some clarification. He is retired now, and he's not now a current employee.
He's no longer employed.
Correct.
Okay.
Mr. Sung, any questions?
Just a quick question, just to confirm. So Mr. Yu was using the POS that did not have a scanner at the time. Is that correct? Or did he override?
He override.
He was using the POS with the scanner.
You the scanner, you didn't use the scanner, right, to check?
So he was using the one POS that did have a scanner at the time of this transaction. So the scanner didn't stop the underage sale.
He skipped.
He skipped it. He overrode it. Okay, thank you.
And that was during the period of time that you were using the scanner that was part of the lottery machine? Okay, but that took an extra step. So now you bought the second one to ensure that each POS had one, okay.
Thank you.
And who can override at present? Who, if anybody, can override?
Only the manager.
Only the manager on duty, which would have been Mr. Bravo, had everything been working properly, or a licensee such as yourself. Okay, thank you. I have no further questions.
Commissioners, any other questions? Mr. Chad, anything else to add?
Is there ever any circumstance where, now that these each have readers, that a manager would override a sale? Would there ever be a reason for a manager to override a sale if you use the license reader?
Only you 100% sure that you know the person, or you 100%. You only you're 100% sure that you can serve his
But
alcohol. Yeah.
But if the reader says the person isn't of age, they're not getting served?
No.
Okay.
Okay. And of course, we just went through the second violation, so I'm not going to go through that speech again.
Right.
This is the third violation within that 5-year period, and you're stepping into very, very dangerous territory. Ms. Chen, you understand that? Okay. I'm going to make a motion that we fine you, and this is kind of standard operating procedure, generally speaking for us. Third offense within 5 years is $1,500 per charge, and that's for the 2 ASCC or sale to minors. That's a total of $3,000, and I'm also going to make a motion that for the third charge that we fine you $1,000 for the unauthorized conduct. And that's what you cost your employer, Mr. Yu, $1,000. But that's in the form of a motion. I am literally borderline in whether or not to suspend your license. It's 3 times in 5 years is very serious. You're going to be paying $4,000 in fines today, plus any cost, along with the other case. I do highly recommend and highly suggest that you be extremely careful going forward. We don't want to see you back here. We really don't. We don't like doing this. Anyway, the motion is $1,500 for the 2 minors and under 21, $1,000 for the unauthorized conduct and court costs. Looking for a second?
I second the motion.
I have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So be it. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Shat.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Our next case will be for Katana Sushi of Hanover, Inc., trading as Tomo Asian Cuisine. Hong Chung, President, Jacqueline Yi-Ting Gao, employee, Detective Middleton, badge 1061, Corporal Ford, badge 2286, Inspector Frank Faulkner. This is a Class H restaurant, BWL, with entertainment, Sunday service located at 7698 Dorchester Boulevard, Suite 201. Thank you. You waive reading, sir?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Anyone wishing to testify for or against, please come forward, remain standing, and raise your right hand, please. Raise your right hand, please. Thank you. Do you solemnly swear and affirm under the penalty of perjury that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you. Please be seated. Starting from my left, can you please state your name and address for the record?
Detective Middleton, Anne Arundel County Police.
Kevin Ford, Anne Arundel County Police.
Jacqueline Gow, 12615. Jacqueline Gow, 12615, Marley Drive, Bowie, Maryland, 20720.
Han Chang, 8759 Lincoln Street, Savage, Maryland.
Good evening, Commissioner Michael Schur on behalf of the respondents.
Thank you. Mr. Ertl?
Detective?
Good evening. Detective Middleton, Anne Arundel County Police. This incident was January 7th of 2026, approximately 4:15 in the afternoon. Corporal Ford, 2286, and myself were working Operation Save, conducting alcohol sales compliance checks for retail businesses and restaurants. The confidential source was searched before and after the detail to verify that he did not have any money identification on his person. The confidential source age was verified through the Maryland MVA administration prior to the detail, and I do have a certified copy here tonight for age verification. We directed the confidential source, 20 years of age subject, to enter the Tomo Asian Cuisine restaurant located at 7698 Dorchester Boulevard, Suite 201 in Hanover, Anne Arundel County, Maryland. We observed the confidential source enter the establishment and stand at the bar. The CS ordered a house hot sake from the bartender. The bartender did ask the CS for identification, and the confidential source advised that he did not have it on him. The bartender then served the confidential source the alcoholic beverage, the hot house sake. We entered the restaurant, and the CS exited. At that point, we know through our training, knowledge, experience that the hot sake is an alcoholic beverage. We identified ourselves as police officers and identified the bartender as Miss Jacqueline Gallo, date of birth of 2/22/2006 from her Maryland driver's license. Ms. Gallo advised that she has not had any of the alcohol awareness training and is only working at the restaurant for 6 days. The photograph was taken of Ms. Gallo and her identification. Photograph was taken of the house hot sake, and the Anne Arundel County liquor license was properly displayed on the wall. Ms. Gallo advised that there was no manager working in the restaurant and no other employees were on the liquor board's manager's agreement. She advised that the manager doesn't work every day at the restaurant. Would add she was very cooperative. The restaurant was not busy, and then a copy of this report was forwarded to the Anne Arundel County Liquor Board. That would be my statement of facts.
Any questions?
No, and not at this time. Thank you.
Commissioners or Chairman, any questions?
No questions.
No questions.
Thank you, Commissioner. The respondent and also the licensee is not contesting the violations. I do, however, want to proffer that Ms. Gall has since obtained a alcohol awareness training. I do have a copy of certificate here if it's required. And the restaurant did, in fact, get approval for a manager, Mr. Lin, and that's on file already. I'm sorry, his name is Xiang, Xiang Jilin. That's already been approved by the Liquor Board. Notwithstanding, we're here today is really for the licensee to surrender the alcohol license. I do have a written surrender letter that the licensee intend to surrender the license.
Chairman, any questions?
No questions.
Commissioners, any questions?
No questions.
Mr. Chair?
Well, we heard the officer read his report, and we also know for a fact that this young lady's been here twice before for no reason whatsoever as far as it being her fault. And I do want to thank you. I think I thanked you then, and I'll thank you again. We appreciate your patience, especially under the circumstances. And none of this is addressed to you, with the exception of, I'm sure you find it a learning process. Mr. Hung Ching, he understand you weren't able to make it those couple times because you were out of the country.
Yes.
And, but it didn't appear to be any supervision that should have been at the establishment at the time that it was necessary.
The reason I cannot come because there was I have some family problem overseas. I just settled like a few days ago, so I changed I'm not supposed to come back to appear this hearing, but which I have to come, so I had to change the date. Too much things, happening. So anyway, I'm here now.
Okay.
I just try to settle everything up, which I already sell the business, and I have the liquor license more than 15 years. That's the first violation I have. It's kind of shocked me too.
I'm sure.
So
How long have you been a licensee at the establishment?
this the 5th years.
I'm sorry?
The 5th.
Fifth year?
Yeah. I have another location. Before in Howard County, more than 10 years. So, I always tell my employee what to do. Always check the IDs. Things just happen.
Okay. In my opinion, there's a total disregard for the rules and regulations in which, when you were given your license, we made sure that you understood that there were rules and regulations and you should be aware of them. And I'm sure you're, as a smart businessman, right, you understand that. And to ignore them or to allow them to be brushed aside, it doesn't work for you or your business. We're talking about sale to a minor. We're talking about no alcohol awareness program training at the time of this violation. We're also talking about the fact that you had somebody under the age of 21 making a sale. I'm sorry, were you going to say something?
No.
Oh, okay. These are fairly serious accusations, and in this case, evidence has shown some. I'm going to go ahead and make a motion, but before I do, I want to give your attorney one last chance to say something if he wishes.
No, not at this time, except the fact that Mr. Chung's here to surrender the license at this point.
Okay. This is your first alcohol sale to a minor violation, and as you heard previously, that's kind of a good thing because the fines aren't as severe. But I am going to make a motion that we fine you $500 for sale to a minor, $500 for sale to a person under the age of 21. Alcohol awareness program, a $100 fine. Ownership and operation, $500. And I'm going to make a motion on the fifth charge, the employee under the age of 21, $500 for that as well. And then for the two cooperations, which was your failure to appear here and putting this young lady through a lot of inconvenience, the first time $100 and the second one $250. Okay, and then the court cost. That's a form of a motion. I'm looking for a second.
I second the motion.
I have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, so be it, sir. I know that, it's a little tough and everything, but you really need to make sure you are in charge at that place or somebody who.
I learned my lesson.
Okay, good. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you,
Thank you,
guys.
Commissioners. May I hand the letter surrender to? Thank you.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, our next case is going to be for R&V Liquors LLC, trading as R&V Liquors. Siobhan, thank you. Anyone wishing to testify for or against, please come forward, remain standing, and raise your right hand. Gentlemen, please raise your right hand so I can swear you in. Thank you. Do you solemnly swear and affirm under the penalty of perjury that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you. Please be seated. Starting from my left, can you please state your name and address for the record?
Detective Middleton, Anne Arundel County, please.
Corporal Ford, Anne Arundel County Police.
Thank you, gentlemen. And then starting from, sir, in the front, can you please state your name and address for the record?
You have to speak up louder and say your address as well, please.
5961 Gentle Court, Clarksville, Maryland, 21029.
Thank you. And then, sir, sitting down, if you could state your name and address for the record. Sorry if everyone's going to testify, unless you're not going to testify.
Yeah, I won't. He's one of the licensees, but was not at the establishment when it happened. So
Okay.
he will not be testifying. But you still need to give your name and address for the
Yeah.
record. I apologize.
Okay, and address, please.
12416 Dunhaven Lane.
Okay. Sir, next to him. Thank you. Sir?
Shravan Chinchor, 23695 Upper Heartland, Olde, Virginia, 20105.
Thank you.
Sebastian King, 1020 Railway Drive, Odessa, Maryland, 21113.
Thank you, everybody. Mr. Erdl?
Detective?
Detective Middleton, Anne Arundel County Police. This incident was December 10th of 2025. It was approximately 3 p.m. Corporal Ford and myself were working Operation Save, conducting alcohol sales compliance checks for retail businesses. We directed a confidential source, 20 years of age, subject to enter the R&V Liquors located at 1286 Crane Highway South, Crofton, Anne Arundel County, Maryland. We verified the confidential source's age to the Maryland Motor Vehicle Administration, who provided a certified copy of the driver's license identification. I have that here tonight. The confidential source was searched prior to the detail to make sure she did not have any money, alcoholic beverages, or identification on her person. We observed the CS enter the business when she went in the store, picked out a 6-pack of Smirnoff Ice malt liquor, and took it to the front counter. The clerk did not ask the CS for identification. The CS was given official Anne Arundel County funds, was able to purchase the Smirnoff malt liquor from the clerk. The confidential source exited the business, immediately turned over the alcoholic beverages to us. We know through our training, knowledge, and experience that Smirnoff malt liquor is an alcoholic beverage. I entered the store, identified myself as a police officer, identified the clerk as Mr. Jung Sun, date of birth of 5/11/64. Mr. Sun was advised of the violation. He advised that he's been working at the store for 7 months and is alcohol awareness trained. I asked to speak with the manager on duty, and Mr. Sun advised the manager was not there and would be back tomorrow. There was another employee that was identified as Gabriel Rodriguez, date of birth of 4/13/91. The CS advised that Mr. Rodriguez started to ring her up when Sun came in behind the counter and rung up the sale. Sun advised that he was switching with Rodriguez because they were taking turns stocking items in the rear of the store. Both Sun and Rodriguez advised that they were not on the manager's agreement with the liquor board. Mr. Rodriguez advised that he's been only at the store for 3 weeks. The Anne Arundel County liquor license was not properly displayed on the wall. It was laying on the counter behind the cash register. Photograph was taken of Mr. Sun, Mr. Rodriguez, and the Smirnoff malt liquor, and the alcohol was subsequently destroyed. The photograph was taken of the Anne Arundel County liquor license laying on the counter. The clerk was cooperative, and the store was not busy at the time of the sale. A copy was forwarded to the Anne Arundel County Liquor Board.
Ms. Carter, any questions?
I have no questions.
Chairman, any questions?
No questions.
Commissioners, any questions?
No questions.
Ms. Carter?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. For the record, my name is Linda Carter, and I'm here tonight on behalf of R&V Liquors LLC. If I could do this mostly by proffer, I think I can save a lot of time. And I appreciated the board's putting this at the end of the docket because I was missing some dates in this file, and I apologize to the board. So this is actually somewhat of a complicated situation in terms of how and who is responsible. Settlement on R&V Liquors took place on November 10th of 2025. And we were still waiting for some documents from other agencies that shall remain nameless, but y'all can guess, in order to actually effectuate the transfer. The license itself actually issued on 12/18, 8 days after the violation. Now, we don't contest that the sale to a minor was made. And Sebastian, who was the licensee at the time this incident actually happened, verifies that there was no manager form for anybody who was on the premises at that time. And Sean, Chavron, the new licensee, can also verify that. However, on 12/18, when we actually transferred the license, there were 2 manager forms filed, at least 2 filed at the time the transfer was effectuated. At the time of the violation, and I sent, in the board's indulgence, I sent this to Eddie tonight, we did in fact have people on the premises that were alcohol awareness certified. There's no question about that. This gentleman is certified and Gabrielle is certified. Now, this gentleman who made the sale, Gabrielle had been working the counter and they got a delivery in, and this gentleman said, Gabrielle, you're younger than I am, you handle the boxes, I'll take the register. And that happened exactly at the time that the underage operative came in. And so he's been there consistently now for the last 7 months, at that point, 7 months. But he had actually worked at the store previously, and he has 6 years in the industry. He's never had a violation before. And Sean and Sebastian jointly decided not to terminate his employment because he really is a good employee. He's very careful, he's very cautious. That day, he goofed. Now, in terms of the license, I'm guessing, and I don't know this for a fact, but I'm guessing the license was removed from the wall because we actually thought we were going to be able to effectuate the license transfer earlier than we did. And they had a folder by the register of everything that Sue was going to need to be able to actually effectuate the transfer. It was not a deliberate act not to have it on the wall. Well, maybe it was. It was actually a deliberate act not to have it on the wall because we needed to be able to bring it to the board. It just took longer than we thought it was going to. So, convoluted explanation, but Sean's been in the industry a very long time. Everybody in this store is certified. He takes the privilege of being able to sell alcohol very seriously. And I believe Sebastian may have had 1 violation previously, but he'd been there a long time and he worked very hard at also trying to comply with the laws of the state and rules of this board. We all are very apologetic for having to be here. I apologize for the convoluted situation that this is in, but I wanted you all to know exactly who was the licensee when the violation actually happened and why some of the things happened. Now, I understand from your staff, and boy, I have to tell you, I give you all kudos, that your new policy regarding the change of manager forms is amazing. It is so nice for us just to be able to take over because, Sean, we had the forms ready, but we couldn't file them because they required Sebastian's signature because he was still the licensee, even though Sean was operating. So that's our whole case in a nutshell. Thank you.
Chairman, any questions?
No questions at this time.
Commissioners, any questions?
No questions.
Mr. Chair.
You're right about it being a little bit confusing and convoluted, because it is. And I understand about taking the licenses off the wall and putting them in an envelope to bring them to the office. Was that your idea or Sue's idea?
I'm sure Sue had called them and told them to have them ready for her because she thought she'd be able to come earlier than it all worked out.
Oh, okay. So if I find them guilty of it, then what's Sue going to do? No.
Sue has been with me for more than 20 years.
We
She
know.
and I have a deal. We're going to retire together, okay? Hopefully, it's not going to be tomorrow.
Well, you have a valuable employee in Sue, and I'm only kidding about that.
Yeah, I
but,
know.
It's still the responsibility of the licensee, as you know, to have those licenses properly displayed. But I do understand the circumstances sometimes play a part in this. As far as the violations go, we still have a sale to a minor. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show it as, or treat it as a first-time offense, because that's what I have it as. I don't have a second. I believe you said there was a prior one.
No,
Oh, I was mistaken. I thought Sebastian had had one. No, he did not. I apologize. And it's definitely the first for Sean at R&V, and hopefully the last.
so they've owned the store for almost 20, 25 years and all this stuff. And his brother passed away a couple of years ago, I think a year and a half. That's when the whole transition happened. So that's when we came and we wanted to help him out. But they ran a great operation and we're following their footsteps and all that stuff. So.
Yeah. Well, condolences on the loss of your brother, and congratulations on running a good ship for a long time.
So
Unfortunately, you know, we're dealing with an
Sure,
event
sure.
that took place here. So, you can sit if you wish. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make a motion that we treat it as a first-time offense. And I'm going to make a motion for a $500 for the minors, $500 for the 21 years of age. On the display of the licenses and documents, I'm going to find $100 for each of those. The alcohol awareness program, I'm going to do $100 in that as well. I understand that there was a situation where one of them.
Both of them. Both Gabrielle and I have the certified, and I sent them to, and
Okay,
were
they do
dated
have them
before.
then.
Oh,
Okay,
yes,
all right.
but he's got them. I
It went
apologize.
past me, so.
I apologize,
No,
yeah.
Not guilty on the alcohol awareness then. And the ownership and operation, the sixth one. I'm going to make a motion that we find them $500 for that. So we have 500 for minors, 500 for under 21 years of age. Licenses, documents, and the display of the licenses, 100 each. Not guilty on the alcohol awareness, and ownership and operation, $500. I'm looking for a second.
I second the motion.
I have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman and members of the board.
Okay, thank you, sir, and again, condolences on your loss, and
Thank you.
follow his path and have a good night. Thank you, officers, appreciate it, have a good night.
All right, our next case is going to be for CM Liquors, Inc., trading as Meade Liquors. Thank you, sir. Anyone wishing to testify for or against, please come forward, remain standing, and raise your right hand, please. So please remain standing and raise your right hand. Thank you. Do you solemnly swear and affirm under the penalty of perjury the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? I do. Thank you. Please be seated. Starting from my left, can you please state your name and address for the record?
Agent Joel Hawk, Maryland Alcohol, Tobacco, and Cannabis Commission.
Good evening, board members. Brian Lyman, Lyman, on behalf of the licensee and Mr. Patel.
Jayas Patel, 4845 Old Coach Panchayat, CM Liquors Managers.
Frederick Medley, 299 Snowcap Court, Glen Burnie, Maryland.
Thank you. Mr. Rahman is not present, correct?
Mr. Gottschalk, may I address that preliminarily?
Sure.
First off, I'd like to say thank you to you, Chief Inspector, for your patience and offer a formal apology on the record for the confusion that ensued when you visited the licensed premises to attempt to serve a summons. Mr. Rahman is not, in fact, an employee of Meade Liquors, of the licensee of CM liquors. And frankly, we're still trying to understand exactly the sequence of events that led to his being in the premises. Nevertheless, I discussed this with Agent Hawk ahead of time, and I believe that the chief's incident report and warning to the licensee as to the summons service issue speaks for itself. We're not here to quibble with any of that. We're here on the two charges that have been made as a result of Agent Hawk's report. And I would just like to, again, reaffirm and apologize on behalf of the licensee and Mr. Patel for the confusion that ensued when you attempted to serve a summons on Mr. Rama.
Thank you. Ms. Hurdle?
Agent Hawk.
Yes, sir. On Wednesday, November 12th, 2025, approximately 12 p.m., I responded to Camp Meade Liquors located at 452 Camp Meade Road, Lithcombe, Maryland, 21090, for the purpose of a routine inspection of the business. Upon entering the location, I spoke with the clerk, Momma. I identified myself as agent with the Alcohol, Tobacco, and Cannabis Commission. I observed the trader's license 023-05145 on the wall and to be valid and properly licensed for the products they had for sale in the store. I conducted a systematic inspection of the cigarettes and OTP products displayed in the store. Mr. Rahman produced invoices for the cigarettes, and on inspection, they all appeared to have valid Maryland tax stamps. The liquor license 101 type A BWL was also on the wall and valid under the licensee defendant's name, Frederick Midley. I conducted a systematic inspection of the alcohol on the premise. During the inspection, I located 3 bottles of Kentucky Owl. It's listed as 12, but it was actually 11 year inside the cabinet in the office of the liquor store. Mr. Rahman stated that he was unsure where they had coming from in the cabinet and could not produce invoices for them. I set the bottles aside and continued the inspection. When the inspection was completed, Mr. Patel, the owner, arrived and stated that the 3 bottles were a gift from a friend in Kentucky. Mr. Patel stated the bottles were personal and he did not have invoices for the liquor. I seized the liquor under AB 6-311B, purchasing, keeping alcohol beverage on a licensed premise, which was purchased from other than a licensed wholesaler, AB 1-408, records violation, and TG 5302, to unlawfully possess, buy, transport, sell, store, or allow another person to buy, store, sell, or transport alcohol beverage upon which the tax provided by the law had not been paid. Mr. Patel signed the confiscation receipt, and the seized liquor of 3 bottles of Kentucky 11 year was submitted to ATCC evidence room, and the report was forwarded to the Anne Arundel Liquor Board for a hearing.
Mr. Lyman, any questions?
Thank you. Agent Hawk, you referenced alcoholic beverages 6-311B, purchasing and keeping alcohol on a licensed premises that was purchased from other than a licensed wholesaler. That was based on Mr. Patel's statement that they were personal bottles, is that correct?
That, and he wasn't able to produce an invoice.
Okay. If they in fact were personal bottles, what records would satisfy under alcohol beverage 1408 that the licensee could keep on the premises for documenting correctly to avoid a 1408 violation?
You can't keep personal alcohol on a premise of a liquor establishment per the liquor license.
Yes, but I'm asking, is there any documentation that would be acceptable to document the storage of a personal alcoholic beverage on the premises?
No.
Right. So there's no way to comply with alcohol beverage 1408 when there is personal alcohol being stored on the premises. Is that correct?
The license itself states that you cannot keep any alcohol kept on the premise has to have an invoice, has to prove it's on the owner to prove that he paid his taxes, the state of Maryland taxes for that alcohol. That invoice does that, and when you say it's personal, that from Kentucky, that you can't keep personal alcohol in a store.
Right, but my question is about the record keeping error. there any record keeping that the licensee could possibly do to avoid getting charged with 1408 violation?
Buy it from a licensed wholesaler and have an invoice can keep you from doing that.
Okay, thank you. I don't have any further questions.
Commissioners, any questions?
No questions.
Mr. Lyman?
Thank you, Mr. Hurdle. The licensee is, and Mr. Patel are prepared to admit the violation. And I just have a brief argument that really is focused on the language of 1408. And I'd be happy to proffer that argument.
Please.
1408 states in Section A, a person who manufactures, rectifies, blends, imports, distributes, transports, stores, warehouses, sells, or offers for sale alcoholic beverages, or who holds a license to do those activities shall, number one, keep complete and accurate records of all beverages purchased, sold, manufactured, rectified, blended, improved, brewed, fermented, distilled, produced, stored, warehoused, withdrawn from storage, or imported or transferred. So that's A1, and I believe that's what the violation of 1408 is. In a circumstance like this, Mr. Patel made a mistake. He's culpable. He brought alcohol that was his personal alcohol into the licensed premises. And my questioning of Agent Hawk was intended to elicit the fact that this is sort of a 2-for-1 charge. There's one action that's mistaken and wrongful, that the alcohol was brought onto the premises. There's 3 bottles. We're not charged for each of the 3 bottles separately, but we are charged for not keeping appropriate records of storing alcohol at this premises. And what we heard from Agent Hawk is that there's no way to store personal alcohol on a licensed premises that doesn't result in both of these violations. Both Section 6311, which says you cannot store this alcohol on a licensed premises. You have to have a receipt for it. And then there's no way to have a receipt that qualifies under 1408 if it actually is personal alcohol. And so what I'm arguing is that there's nothing for the licensee, there's nothing for the licensed premises to record keep and do if they simply just say this is personal alcohol, it's here, it shouldn't be here. My argument is that there ought to be 1 violation here as opposed to 2 violations, because the record keeping is not something that a licensee could even do in order to justify the storage of this alcohol on this premises. And it's a technical argument is based on the language that's of 1408 and the fact that there is no document that a licensee can create or keep or provide to the comptroller when the comptroller or the ATCC comes in to look at these records that would satisfy the requirement for storing personal alcohol. So Mr. Patel, I'll ask him to speak to the board. He made a mistake, and that's what this amounts to. He was attending a social event with a friend who gave him a gift of these 3 bottles of rare alcohol, and they were clinking around in his trunk, and he thought it was safer to keep them locked up in the cabinet in the office at the store, and he now knows that that's a horrible mistake. Just finally, regardless of before Mr. Patel speaks, I'd also like to thank the board and their staff for their accommodation. Mr. Patel was actually visiting family in India and was stuck overseas. His flights were canceled and rerouted due to the hostilities in Iran, and he was unable to make the first hearing. So we greatly appreciate the board's accommodation and the staff's attention to allowing a postponement.
Mr. Lyman, if I may ask you a question about your argument.
Sure.
For underage service, we charge the local rules and the state rules. So it's 2 charges for the same violation, but one comes from our rules, one comes from the state. Here, what you're saying is that because they're both state rules, therefore it's duplicative as opposed to differentiate and distinguish from when we charge for underage, which we obviously feel is okay. It's the local rule issue and a state rule issue. Here, it's 2 state rules for the same violation effectively.
That's essentially the argument in a nutshell. And Mr. Hurl, you well know that I don't like the board's policy on charging for both the board's rule violation as well as the state rule. Nevertheless, I think in this case, we have a clear case where there is no record or reporting that could possibly be done that would allow the licensee to comply with 1408 when someone makes this very mistake. when Mr. Patel brings his personal alcohol into the store, there is nothing for the licensee to do that would maintain a proper record of the illegal storage of that alcohol. I thought Mr. Hawk might say, you know, write up a paper that says illegal storage of alcohol and show that to me, and maybe I wouldn't charge, 1408, but I just don't think it's just never a circumstance that's going to happen. And so every single time that we have a factual scenario that matches with what Mr. Mattel did here and that mistake, we're going to end up with 2 charges as opposed to just 1 charge for the wrongful conduct. That's the argument. Mr. Patel, would you please, tell the chairman and the commissioners the circumstances surrounding your mistake?
Sure. The board apologize. It's my fault. That happens. I was at Kentucky with my friend's house ceremony. So we were there with the family, kids, and so he gave me a gift, like 3 bottles. So I had that. I had it in my trunk, so clicking, so brought that in my office. It was not sitting on the table on the office, anything. It was underneath my drawer, which is in my file. Nothing else was in there, like all the invoices in the file. But since the officer showed up, then I find out that I should not do that. So it was my fault. So I really apologize for what I've done.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, we have nothing further. Thank you. Unless, Mr. Medley, you want to pipe up, but
I'm good.
thank you.
Before I make a motion in this case, I do want you to understand that what we heard just a few minutes ago in reference to that alcohol that was stored in that office, I can tell you I've heard it so many times. And thank you you pleaded guilty, so I'm kind of preaching after the fact, but we've heard it so many times. The same thing. Friend gave it to us, and we put it in there, and we put it underneath the shelf, and we put a blanket on it, and all these things. But you have to understand that when this agent goes in, that's one of the things that he's looking for. He's looking for things such as that. I assume I'm correct in saying that, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, but because you pleaded guilty and everything, and in reference to your argument, Mr. Lyman, we're going to leave the 2 charges as it is, and I'm going to go ahead and make a motion that we find the licensee guilty in both cases. I'm going to make a motion that we find $500 in each of the 2 cases, a total of $1,000, plus the alcohol will be kept by ATCC. And I'm looking for a second.
I second the motion.
I have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Very good. Thank you very
Commissioners.
much.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Agent. Thank you, Mr. Lyman.
All right, we'll be moving to the cases. Our first case will be for Boodsaba LLC, trading as Soccerdome II. Cliff Everett, managing member, has been excused. April Walker, member. Inspector Jeremy Fisher. There's one restriction placed on January 12th of 2016 for one sale only. This is a change of officer majority. Currently, Clifton Everett, senior managing member, and April Walker, member, on behalf of Boodsaba LLC, trading as Soccerdome II, located at 7447 Shipley Avenue, Harmons, Maryland, 21077. This is a Class B restaurant, BW, with dancing and Sunday license. Anyone wishing to testify for or against, please come forward, remain standing, and raise your right hand. Please rise so I can swear you in. Thank you. Do you solemnly swear and affirm under the penalty of perjury that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. Please be seated and state your name and address for the record, please.
April Walker, 2077 Shipley Farm Road, Jessup, Maryland, 20794.
Thank you. Ms. Erdl?
Ma'am, I'll
Okay.
turn it over to you.
Thank you. So Soccerdome is a business that's a family-owned business for about the last 20 years. And Cliff Senior was the managing member of the liquor license, which is Babuska. And he has retired and has given his 99% of the ownership to his son, Cliff Jr. And so what I'm requesting is that that be accepted, that the new majority member be Cliff Jr., Cliff Everett Jr.
Are there going to be any changes to the operations, ma'am?
There been change in
In
operation?
terms of day-to-day, is there any changes?
No.
in the way things are operating?
No.
Chairman, any questions?
Yes, just one quick one. As far as you know, and I know I'm asking you to speak for Cliff Jr., do you know if he has any financial interest in any other establishments that sell alcohol in the state of Maryland?
No.
So this is the only place that he has a connection
Yes.
to that sells? Okay, well, thank you for that. You do understand, and hopefully you'll understand, that there is a restriction on that license since January 12th, 2016. That says it's on sale premises only, meaning no alcohol can be sold to leave the premises.
Correct.
Okay, very good. I have no further questions.
Commissioners, any questions?
No questions.
No questions.
Okay, with that, I'm going to go ahead and make a motion that we go ahead and agree to the change of officers in the majority case. Looking for a second.
I second the motion.
I have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right, our next case is going to be for Lemus Castro Corporation, trading as Delicias Latina. Going to be Boodsaba Lemus Gillian, President Treasurer Juan Lemus Gillian, Secretary Inspector Jure Slocum, no restrictions. This is an upgrade to entertainment. Currently, Boodsaba Lemus Gillian, President Treasurer Juan Lemus Gillian, Secretary. Thanks.
Where you been? Oh, that's all right.
Anyone wishing to
chatting with an inspector, one of the inspectors.
Anyone wishing to testify for or against, please come forward, remain standing, and raise your right hand. You both can rise, and so I can swear you in. Thank you. Do you solemnly swear and affirm under the penalty of perjury that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you. Please be seated. Starting from my left, can you please state your name and address for the record?
That's me. I'm his left. I'm Brian Lyman, Lyman, on behalf of the applicants and licensees.
Boodsaba Lemus Guillen, 1401 Justin Court in Annapolis.
Juan Carlos Lemus, 1042 West Central Avenue, Davidsonville, Maryland, 21035.
Thank you. Mr. Hurdle?
Mr. Lyman, I'll turn it back over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Hurdle. Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, we're here for an entertainment license at it was historically, I believe, a French and Salvadoran format restaurant, Las Delicias, located on Admiral Drive in Annapolis, Maryland. And I really need to backtrack a little bit and kind of remind the board what the circumstances are surrounding this application in particular. And it's, in my mind, sort of an add-on application. And I feel pretty responsible for it because my client, Ms. Lemus, came to me and said, I bought a restaurant. She was very happy. She was very excited about it. But unfortunately, I was not involved early enough in the process to allow the transfer of the prior liquor license. As I understand it, the liquor license at this establishment had a similar karaoke and entertainment approval in 2015. And when she bought the restaurant and took over the operation of the restaurant, that was in early 2023, I believe. And by the time I was involved, the sellers of the restaurant were disappeared and nowhere to be found. And I would like to offer one exhibit. I should have got to the board ahead of time, but I did bring the letter that I sent to the sellers, Mr. and Mrs. Zapata, imploring them to participate in the transfer of the alcoholic beverage license, and that's in April of 2023. By June of 2023, it became apparent that we were not going to be able to submit a transfer application. And in fact, the license was not renewed at the establishment for the renewal in 2023. So what happened was the restaurant that was purchased, Las Delicias, had to give up its liquor license. And Ms. Lemus did that. She persevered, and she came back to me and said, well, what do we do about this? And we came before the board on an application that I filed in July of 2023, and we hit an immediate hurdle, an administrative hurdle. The referral on the zoning inspection for the live entertainment came back with a comment that the location was within 100 feet of a residential property. And this was confusing to Ms. Lemus because she had bought a restaurant that had karaoke and a liquor license when she bought that restaurant. And she's learned this lesson the hard way, that there's you can be diligent and do the right things ahead of time to avoid an issue like this. Nevertheless, her restaurant caters to Latin American cuisine. They cater to members of the community who often work in manual labor and in jobs that they're out working until later in the evening. And at her restaurant, the dinner push doesn't really start until about 8 p.m. And it lasts pretty solidly through 11 o'clock. And I understand, I learned today that the board has actually extended her hours till 2 a.m. With a prior administrative approval in order to try to help accommodate her business and her patrons. The application that you have today took some work to get done on the engineering front. Okay, the comment from the zoning department, I believe, was accurate in that the bulk of the licensed establishment is located within 100 feet of a residentially zoned property. We acknowledge that. We know that. Ms. Lemus was really imploring me to try to do the best we possibly could, to come to the board, to put a solution in front of the board that would allow her to offer her patrons something they've been asking for, which is, a karaoke, an evening when they could basically, as I gather, enjoy their friends' dulcet tones or make fun of them, as is appropriate, depending on how the songs come out. She is in need of support of the liquor board in order to help make her business successful, and there was karaoke at this establishment. As part of our application, we should have put in front of the board photographs of the windows of the restaurant in both 2018 and 2023, advertising the karaoke that was there. When she bought the restaurant, there was a karaoke machine included in the equipment that has gone idle since then. And I would stress to the board that the karaoke is going to be conducted at the very front of the restaurant, at the very front wall and front window of the restaurant is where the karaoke has to be conducted. I've explained that to Ms. Lemus. If the board sees fit to grant that approval, that's where it will be conducted. I've also recommended that we amend our application, our request to limit the hours of the karaoke from 8 p.m. until 11 p.m. to try to avoid any issues with neighbor complaints or any issues. Her restaurant is open later than 11. Her kitchen closes between 11 and 12, she tells me, on nights when she's open. She does have patrons in the restaurant who are enjoying themselves and having a meal after a long, hard day in a lot of cases. And we would ask the board to send us any questions about the operation, but I believe she's had a pretty stellar record. I don't think there's been any violations, and this would help her business. And she's interested in trying to expand and accommodate her patrons with the entertainment request.
Commissioners, any questions, Mr. Chair?
Yeah, I have a couple quick questions. First of all, from what your attorney said and what I'm looking at, there's a lot of truth in the fact that that karaoke location has to be in the front, all the way against the wall, cannot move. If we grant this license, you understand that, correct?
I understand.
That means you cannot move it to the back, or you can't say the wedding party was bigger, so we moved it. If you're going to use it, it cannot move from that location, because you are literally within, I'm going to say inches, but within a few feet of violating it, and we don't want that to happen. Okay, another question I have is, I don't see a management agreement. Do you have a management agreement with people on it?
We do. But I didn't bring it with me though.
I'm showing No names on file. Mr. Lyman, do you have one?
I don't have any in my file, but that doesn't necessarily mean that there isn't a scan on my server. I mean, it used to be, I guess that's showing my age, that whatever was happening in the office was in the paper file, and it's no longer the case. So I don't want to misrepresent anything to the board. I'll be happy to
That's
check
fine.
on the management agreement.
Are we
and-
showing
and get
anything
it
in the
sorted.
database, Mr.? Yeah, I'm not showing anything. The one I have says that you have no names on file. And what that means is, and you can do this legally, you can, as long as you are there every single minute, and I mean every minute, that's fine. You as a licensee can do that. But if you step out or go to the bank or, heaven forbid, an emergency comes up, you're gonna be without it, and that's a violation. So I do suggest if you have one, please contact my office. Michelle handles it. She'll be more than happy to work with you. If not, I suggest you do it. And, but that's totally up to you, but do be careful because right now you don't have one. So as we speak, no, I'm not gonna ask you if you're open for business now, so.
I would suggest that they don't answer that question, even if it was posed.
That's why I said I'm not going to ask it, but take heed, okay? Be very careful. I have nothing else. No other questions.
Commissioners, any questions?
No question.
Mr. Chair?
Do grant the upgrade to entertainment with the warning that the karaoke or entertainment cannot leave that square footage in the front, all right? And that the hours they must stop at 11 PM. I believe Mr. Lyman made that clear that that was your intention anyway. So we're going to go ahead and grant that, but keep in mind it cannot move and it must stop at 11 PM. Okay?
Thank you.
I have a second coming, I hope, somewhere.
I second the motion.
I have a second, all right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, good night, lots of luck.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you so
Chairman.
much.
Thank you, Commissioners.
You're welcome, Mr. Lyman.
All right, our next case.
That's the wave of the night.
It is. So this is going to be for Ellie's Place at Oak Grove.
Chief, we're going to take a brief recess, I think.
Sounds good.
Somebody has a need for, and it's not me, somebody has a need for a break, so we're gonna take a 10-minute break, 10 minutes. So. I didn't ask
Hang
for
in there,
it.
Miss Carter.
Now, they're gonna watch and see who gets up.
I was asking if we wanted to take a recess.
Oh.
I make what?
You ready, Commissioner Snoops?
All right, so our next case is going to be for Ellie's Place at Oak Grove Inn.
I could throw some curve.
Please stand and raise your right hand so I can swear you in. Thank you. Anyone, excuse me, do you solemnly swear and affirm under the penalty of perjury the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you. Please be seated and state your name and address for the record.
Cedar Lane, Severna Park.
Thank you.
You picking it up now?
Mr. Hurdle.
Ms. Carter?
Good evening, Madam Chair, Mr. Chung, members of the board. For the record, my name is Linda Carter, and it's my pleasure to at last be before you in connection with Ellie Harris and the transfer of this license. We've been before you, I think, twice in related matters. In all seriousness, Ellie Acton had previously operated her establishment without any issues for 18 years. Never been before this board for anything other than requests to do things. And unfortunately, when she closed it, as the board is well aware, there were 2 violations, one relating to Ellie's Place and one relating to her new establishment. Pleased to say that she actually had nothing to do with either of them, but they are violations, and I wanted to make sure that the board didn't think we were trying to hide anything. That having been said, we would respectfully request that the board acknowledge the fact that the application submitted in this connection with this matter remains true and correct. As Ellie appears before you today, there have been no changes. She has a management agreement on file with this board and is actively working at Joe's Place. She has a sign covering her Ellie's place coming soon, and it still says Joe's Place, and she knows that she can't take that down until the license actually transfers, and she knows that can't happen until May, subject, of course, to your approval. So we would respectfully request that this transfer be approved.
Madam Chairwoman, any questions?
Just when, will the same operations take place? Will you be changing anything?
She is cleaning it up, upgrading it, but changed the menu. She's got some great food items. Other than that, but operationally, the 2 pool tables, 2, right?
3.
3, I apologize. So 3 pool tables are still there. There's going to be no change to the mode of operation.
And hours will be the same? Yes. Okay.
Commissioner, any questions?
I have no questions.
Madam Chair?
Okay. I make a motion to approve the transfer of the license. I'm looking for a second.
And I will second the motion.
Thank you so much.
All
And
in
I hope
favor?
it's another 18 years before she sees y'all.
All in favor?
All in
Aye.
favor?
Aye.
All right, our next case is going to be for Momma's Soul Cuisine and Lounge LLC. Trading as Momma's Soul Cuisine and Lounge. Mahi Mills, CEO, President, Inspector George Matthews. No restrictions. This is a transfer. Currently, William Tuning, Managing Member, Authorized Person on behalf of Bangkok Thai Restaurant LLC. Trading as Bangkok Kitchen, located at 1696 Annapolis Road, Odenton, Maryland, 21113. This is a Class H restaurant, BWL with music and Sunday license. Anyone wishing to testify for or against, please come forward, remain standing, and raise your right hand. Please rise. Thank you. Do you solemnly swear and affirm under the penalty of perjury the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. Please be seated. Starting from my left, can you please state your name and address for the record?
Deborah Washington, 1402.
You speak into the mic a little bit. Thank you.
Deborah Washington, 1402 St. Francis Circle, Severn, Maryland, 21144.
Thank you.
Mahi Mills, 8102 Thompson Street, Severn, Maryland, 21144.
Thank you. Ma'am, can you please come forward and speak into the mic, state your name and address for the record?
I don't think it's on.
Yeah, now it's on. You're good.
9594 Canterbury Riding, Laurel, Maryland, 20723.
Thank you. Ms. Erdl?
Ms. Washington?
So we are applying for a transfer of liquor license from a previous establishment, which was Bangkok Thai Kitchen, located at 1696. Ms. Mills is the owner of a newly established Soul Cuisine and Lounge, and she is also the owner of Mahi's Hair Salon, which is 2 doors directly from where the restaurant is. Ms. Mills has been owned that establishment for a little over 15 years. She is a retired disabled veteran. She's had a desire to stand out and open a restaurant. So we have put together all of the requirements for the organization or the liability. It's an LLC. We now have all of the paperwork into the permit office and offices and everything that was required for that. So what we are here today for is to get approval for the liquor license that was a BWL and music license to be approved to be transferred.
What are the hours of operation, ma'am?
Her hours of operation will be, there's going to be a Sunday brunch, so that'll run from about 10 a.m. on Sundays till about 6 in the evenings. The rest of the days, they will open around lunchtime, which is about 11, and they will close about 10 p.m.
My apologies, ma'am. We don't usually ask questions when there's an applicant. What are the alcohol policies that are going to be in place?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
What sort of policies in terms of who is serving, where is the alcohol stored, who will have access to it?
Yes, there is a bar that's located inside of the restaurant that was there as a part of the previous establishment. There was no changes structurally made to the restaurant. Of course, there's menu changes of what type of food is going to be served. It is more of a fusion soul food cuisine. The alcohol will be stored there. There is no bulk transfer because there was nothing purchased from the previous owner in any way of alcohol or any of that. There was a transfer of a lot of the equipment and the things that were inside because the owner of the property did a management agreement, and Ms. Mahi purchased or gave a payment for the use of everything that is in the restaurant currently, with the exception of any liquor or food.
Mr. Chairman, any questions?
Who is going to be on the premises managing the operation, day-to-day operation?
Myself and my son. He,
I'm sorry. say again?
myself, Mahi Mills, and my son. He took the managerial class course already.
Okay, we don't have, and I assume you're thinking about putting a management agreement in place. So when the licensee is not on the premises, that somebody is, whose name appears on that management agreement? Do you know what a management agreement is with the liquor board?
I'm sorry, the management agreement on who's going to manage the restaurant?
No, actually, it's not. There's a law that says that the licensee must be on the premises at all times that it's open. That's every minute that your place is open. She, as the licensee, must be on the premises. That's difficult to do in most cases, and we understand that. So what we do is we have a program that allows for her to pick and choose any employee she wishes and put that person's name after they fill out an application and they attend an alcohol awareness training course that's been approved and certified, and provide the necessary ID, which is a photo ID. And that person's name, or persons, and it could be 5 or 10 people, we don't care. And it could be the chef, it could be the bartender or barmaid or anybody. But when she's not there as a licensee, there must be at least one person on the alcohol liquor board's management agreement, must be on the premises. Do you understand that?
And that's the role that her son is going to fulfill, as being he's already taken the same course. She's also in the middle of interviewing for a bartender. The plan was to get them through the course as well, so that she had multiple people into that management agreement that would be able to be on.
Okay, it is important you understand that she understands that either she or anybody that's on it, and that must be filed in our office. And, our administration here will help you through that and, so forth, but please make sure that you do that. The only other question that I have is, do you know if, or I'll ask this to Mahi Mills, do you have any financial interest in any other establishment in the state of Maryland that sells alcohol?
Do I have any
That
fun?
sells alcohol. Any other establishment that sells alcohol? Do you have any interest in it?
Okay, thank you. I have no further questions.
Commissioners, any questions?
No questions.
No questions.
Okay, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and approve this, but with a word of caution. Please make sure you read the rule book, know the rules, because if you don't, it is very easy to get yourself in trouble, and we don't want that. It's the last thing we want is you back here, as you heard earlier.
Last place we want to be.
And it can happen. So, all right.
Okay, so
I'm
we
going to make a
can-
motion.
we can Come back to your office to get all of the agreement information and all of
If you can call, and if she can walk you through it and help you out or whatever. And Michelle is probably who you'll talk to. I'm going to make a motion that we approve the application. Looking for a second.
I second the motion.
I have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
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 So be it. Thank you. Be careful.
All right, our next case is going to be for NRL Holdings LLC. Thank you, Mr. Bittner. Anyone wishing to testify for or against, please come forward, remain standing, and raise your right hand. This is in reference to Nursery Road Liquors. Thank you. Just you? Okay. Do you solemnly swear and affirm, please raise your right hand. Thank you. Do you solemnly swear and affirm under the penalty of perjury that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. Please be seated and state your name and address for the record, please.
Valerie Patel, 7706 Rotherham Drive, Hanover, Maryland, zip code 21076.
Thank you. Mr. Ertl?
Good evening, Richard Bittner, BITTNER, on behalf of the transferee, Ms. Patel.
Mr. Bittner?
Thank you very much, Mr. Hurdle. Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. Certainly, the board's well familiar with this establishment, longtime establishment in northern Anne Arundel County, literally on the border. This property backs up to the river at the city-county line. And the history of the prior owners has led to a restructuring of the seller, the transferor's business, and the members. Ms. Patel is coming in essence, to be a placeholder. She's the managing member of the new LLC. She's TIPS-TAM certified. We expect that she's going to execute a management agreement in favor of her husband, Gashemye. He's here in the in the hearing room. He was a minority owner in the prior license. It's the family's intent that he's going to be in effect, the majority. He's going to be the manager. He's going to be running it. Through a management agreement. The LLC provides that Ms. Patel is the managing member. There are some investors, two of which are former members, former licensees. They have no operational management capability in the business. They're there simply to protect their financial interest in the sale. Mr. and Mrs. Patel, we've spoken at great length and they've listened intently in the hearing room to the comments, Mr. Chairman, that you've made about a management agreement and about TIPS-TAM certified, and everyone is. They've been working with staff, been very helpful. There was a updated list of management agreements that were on file. We can update with the board to tell you that list showed that Ms. McCoy and Mr. Patel's certificates had expired. In fact, they are valid, and we have those documents. I think they had expired a couple days before the class was scheduled. So they're valid. Everyone else on the list is valid. Who's not on the list is Mrs. Patel. We submitted a TIPS-TAM certification with her application, and she is valid. So we're happy to supplement with your office these updated certificates. But everyone's TIPS-TAM certified. There's no change in the operation except to be more vigilant. They understand, the Patels, that they can't suffer a violation. While this is a new license and technically a new license, this isn't a do-over. It's not like you get a free pass a bunch of times and you just pay a fine. And they understand that. They're invested. Mrs. Patel, while not being involved daily in the operation, she by trade is a pharmacist. She's detail-oriented. She's a manager at CVS. So she understands the importance of following the regulatory scheme. And she knows now it's her and her husband who have really their family and their future at stake. So I'm very optimistic that you're not going to see this establishment back. They're making some improvements in terms of product and layout. We've given you the floor plan. No changes in square footage. No significant changes in layout. Just some cleaning up, modernization that we'll keep you apprised of. They're fit and proper persons. Not they. She is a fit and proper person, Ms. Valerie Patel. She holds no other interest in any other licensed establishment in the state of Maryland. Is that correct? I'll move in the application, and Ms. Patel, as well as her husband, are happy to answer any questions.
Okay. Mr. Chair, any questions?
Just a few. As a pharmacist, especially managing CVS, and I know how busy they all are, I can only assume you're not going to be spending a lot of your own personal time at this location. Am I correct in that assumption or not?
Yes, not a lot of time, but I'll try to make some time because now I've reduced my work hours to 30 hours a week, so that gives me some more time to help my husband out.
Oh, okay. All right. Do you or your husband at present have any financial interest in any other establishments that sell alcohol within the state of Maryland?
No, we do not.
Okay, thank you. I have no further questions.
Commissioners, any questions?
No questions.
No questions.
Okay. Anything else, Mr. Bittner, you want to say? before-
No, Mr. Chairman, I would just move the favorable adoption of the transfer.
Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and make that motion that we do go ahead and accept the transfer. Again, one last word of caution. You've heard me tonight. I try to make everybody aware they have to be careful. This location has had, not now, but has had a terrible reputation. And I know of at least 5 violations for selling to minors in the last 8 years. Hopefully, under your management, we'll never have to worry about seeing you in here for that. But anyway, I just thought I'd bring that. My motion is to go ahead and accept the transfer. I'm looking for a second.
I second the motion.
I have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So be it, and thank you. Have a good evening.
Thank you very
Mr.
much.
Bittner.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good rest of your day.
You too.
Edward?
Our next case will be for Shiv and Mahi LLC, trading as, thank you. Thank you very much. Anyone wishing to testify for or against, please come forward, remain standing and raise your right hand, please. Thank you. Please raise your right hand so I can swear you in. Thank you. You solemnly swear and affirm under the penalty of perjury, the testimony you're about to give us the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Thank you. You please be seated. Starting from my left, can you please state your name and address for the record? And sir, I'll have you come up to you and sit in that seat right there.
Stephen Margulies, 5986 Autumn Spell, Elkridge, Maryland, 21075.
Thank you.
Darshana Ben Patel, 2415 Old Mystic Court, Crofton, 21114.
Thank you, sir.
Nikunj Kumar Patel, 2415 Old Mystic Court, 21114.
Good evening again, Mr. Chairman, members of the board, staff. For the record, my name is Linda Carter. Ordinarily, at this point, I would just submit that all of the information contained in the application as we appear before you remains true and correct. There are no changes. That the majority owner, Darshana Ben Patel, and my nephew, Stephen Margulies, who's serving as the resident licensee, understand the rules and regulations of this board, understand that if a violation occurs, they're going to be held responsible. And Darshana Ben will be, in fact, working at the store. Both are alcohol awareness certified. Every employee in the store, if they come near the cash register, is going to be certified. No ifs, ands, or buts. However, there's a slight complication in this case, and Mr. Hurdle and I have had a chance to talk about it.
It's been resolved, Ms.
I beg your pardon?
It's been resolved, Ms. Carter.
It's been resolved. Okay. So for the record, clarification, Stephen Margulies is a licensee on a Class B on-sale only license in Howard County for the use of Glory Days. Other than that, neither potential licensee has an interest in any other establishment anywhere in the state that has an alcoholic beverage license. With that having been the case, I'm going to use one of my favorite judge's rules. I'm going to shut up and sit down. Thank you, Mr.
Chairman, any questions?
Chairman.
Have presently a management agreement, and I believe on that management agreement there is one person that has a good certification, but the other one we don't have a record. So So would you please just make sure they update their management agreement?
We will, tentatively, we'll go to settlement on Monday, and I'll make sure that we have management agreements signed by the existing licensee because she'll be at settlement. And then, thank you, Michelle. I understand that all we have to do is notify the board that these employees are still in the employ of the new owner once we actually transfer, and we'll do that.
Okay, very good. I have no questions.
I have no questions.
No questions from me.
Okay. Anything else before I make?
I have nothing further, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll make a motion that we go ahead and accept the transfer with the adding of the beer, wine, and liquor tasting
Thank you.
as well. Okay, looking for a second.
I second the motion.
I have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, our next case will be for Tap Brands LLC, trading as The Brass Tap. Ellie Patel, member, authorized person. Bahavan Patel, member, authorized person. Inspector Jim Kirizoglu. This is a new license located at 3110 Mountain Road, Pasadena, Maryland, 21122. This is for a Class B restaurant, BWL on and off sale with entertainment and Sunday license. Anyone wishing to testify for or against, please come forward, remain standing, and raise your right hand. Thank you. You solemnly swear and affirm under the penalty of perjury the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Thank you. Please be seated. Starting from my left, can you please state your name and address for the record?
Address is 14719 Lear Court. Oh, name is Bhavin V. Patel. Address is 14719 Lear Court, Glenelg, Maryland, 21737.
My name is Martin Johnson, Maryland Liquor License Services, 9869 Diversified Lane, Ellicott City, Maryland, 21042.
My name is Ellie Hiral Patel, 6234 Heather Glen Way, Clarksville, Maryland, 21029.
Thank you. Ms. Hurdle?
Mr. Johnson, I'll turn it over to you and your client.
Thank you, Mr. Hurdle. Appreciate it. I am helping these folks. I'm not an applicant. I have with me, for the purpose of identification, this is Helly, this is Bobbin, as far as the names go. I've been working with them for almost a year on this project, and we've turned in our application. Everything should be in order. For the benefit of the board's information, I would like to simply ask them questions relevant to the matter at hand and try to make sure that it's concise. So first, I'll be asking Bobbin some of the basics. Do you live in Maryland?
Yes, sir.
Where were you born?
India.
And are you a United States citizen?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Are you designated as an authorized person by Tap Brands LLC?
Yes.
Very good. Have you agreed with your friend Ulpesh Patel that he will be the Anne Arundel County resident contact for the liquor board?
Yes, sir.
And I will tell the board we've submitted the affidavit. Did you supply the board, how'd you come to be involved, very briefly, how'd you come to be involved with this restaurant?
The restaurant right here. I'm sorry.
We're going to share.
So involved in this restaurant, Haley and I and Hero just brought the project on table by last year, and that's how we just come along with this project.
And did you start this project in April of 2025?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And why'd you pick this location in particular?
For location, visibility, demographic, and population, and then that's the reason we put the location.
So you did study the demographics of the area, other businesses in the area, and you saw the visibility was beneficial.
Yes, we have.
Okay. And just for the board's edification, I have some photos and a map showing you exactly where 3110 Mountain Road is, if I may offer. And it's an old Pizza Hut building on the corner of Mountain Road and Tickneck Road. So, Bobbin, why are you asking the liquor board for the ability to sell alcohol? Why do you want a liquor license?
So serving, the Brass Tap is basically the craft house beer, and then along with the food, like, you know, we had offered the beer as well. Then basically that's what it is, I guess, you know, basically like 45 types of beer we have in the house, and then also along with goes with the food, so that's the reason we need to go along with the menu. You know. That's the reason we're asking for your license, you know, for the beer and all that.
To be able to sell beer, wine, and liquor to your customers?
Yes.
Okay. And we had originally submitted the application as an on-off license, Class B on-off license. Has the plan changed with the company, and we have no intention to sell any alcohol to go, and we promise not to?
Yes.
Yeah. So if the board wants to reclassify or ask us to amend to an H, that's fine, but it's just not part of the plan. We would never do that without proper permission from the board. So on the menu, and I have menus for the board, if I may offer those. Thank you, miss. So on the menu, there are basic foods. So do you think you're going to find out? Okay. Do you think you're going to find out that customers are going to want alcohol with certain foods? Not every customer, but some customers will want.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Beer with the chicken wings, wine with the salad, fish, also along with some tacos with margarita mix and stuff like that. So it complements with that menu we offer on the menu.
Very good. Are you currently licensed to sell alcohol anywhere in Maryland?
Yes, I am. Two county, Carroll County and Howard County. 2019, maintaining Cuisine in Howard County, Maryland. And then 2022, opened a restaurant, Katana Indian Cuisine in Carroll County, since 2022. So I have liquor license 2 county, yes.
And are they both Class B restaurant licenses?
Yes, sir.
And do either of them have off-sale privileges? Can you sell alcohol to go?
No, we are not.
Very good. Have you had any violations during the times you've been on a liquor license?
In 2022, during the first month of opening, we have one violation, not displaying our license behind the glass, which is a frame, and that's the only violation we have in the Carroll County.
So in Carroll County, the license was not in a frame when inspected?
Yes.
And since then, you've put it in a frame?
Yes, we have.
Very well. Just very briefly, what's your professional experience in the restaurant industry?
So I'm a restaurateur since 2019 and running 2 successful restaurants since then.
Okay. Have you read the village rules?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Are you aware that the board requires that every license holder must be an actual owner and operator of the business? Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Different in different counties, you understand that? It's
Yes,
different
sir.
in different places. They're very strict here. Do you know that at least one licensee or a board-approved manager must be on the premises when alcohol is available?
Yes.
Okay. And that to gain board approval for a manager, we have to make an application, and we did, and we have one with us tonight for your general manager. We have to apply, we have to submit documents, and the board has to approve that person or persons, you can always add more,
Yes.
to run the place when you're not there.
Yes.
Okay, very good. It's very important. What's your understanding about licensees? If you're granted a license, are you allowed to work at another place with liquor license in the county?
Definitely not.
So far, so good. Tell me about the day-to-day operations. How's this going to work?
Well, day-to-day operation comes with the scheduling, staff needs, any communication with the vendors, ordering, food quality control, and then just opening time, follow the sanitation, health department regulation, just follow up with the employee, any needs they need, so stuff like that.
Now, that's part of what you're going to do. Who's going to handle the hiring and firing?
That would be me and Haley
You and
as
Haley?
well. Haley, yeah.
Okay. And training for employees?
Training for employee, we're gonna use the brass tap standard procedure. Also, we're gonna have the health department procedure. We're gonna follow the sanitation and all that. It's gonna be by us as well.
How many hours a week do you plan to be at the store?
40, 60 hour a week.
40 to 60?
40, 60 hours, yes, sir.
Okay. And are you certified in alcohol awareness?
Yes, I am. So 2027.
Very good. What would be your alcohol age policy?
Anyone anyone over 21, and then basically, and we're gonna check IDs under. Anyone looks under 40, we're gonna check for IDs, and then 21 plus.
So only people who are 21 or above
Yes, sir.
are able to ask for alcohol?
Yes.
And receive it. What about a policy on vertical driver's licenses and DMV-issued ID cards? Verticals?
No on that.
Just not going to accept
Just
them?
won't accept them. No.
Okay. And is the reason because you don't want any of your employees to make an reverse calendar arithmetic mistake?
Yes.
While trying to satisfy people?
Yes.
It just gets too confusing?
It just confuses you.
Exactly.
Some states do offer, but I don't want to we don't want to offer that at all.
Very good, very good. Are you going to have an ID checking guide to help you look at driver's licenses that you're not familiar with? Meaning, not just meaning you, but you and your employees?
Yes, we can have a small handbook to take a look at that as well, yeah.
Yes. You
Yes.
get one every year?
Yes.
Very good. And you can get them from Katzif Brothers, you know.
Yep.
Tell me about your policy briefly about serving people who appear to be intoxicated.
Basically, we can say no, and then try to give them any kind of food or trying to bring them back to, and also we can offer them Uber ride if they have to. If it's too much intoxication, we can offer Uber ride on our cost as well.
And are your employees, if your employee finds that there's somebody who seems to have had too much to drink already, is that employee going to be required to contact the manager on duty immediately?
Definitely, any management on duty, they have to let us know, mandatory.
Very good. And are you going to have other alcohol policies that are more comprehensive in place in a manual?
Yeah, we're gonna have the provided by brass staff. We're also gonna have a handbook for employee for that as well, yes.
Okay. And are your employees going to be educated in this and have to sign for a copy of the alcohol safety rules that you have and take a copy of it with them?
Yes, for any new employee, gonna be signed and also gonna be kept a copy in the office as well, yes, they do.
Very good. Okay. If an alcohol license is granted, who's going to do the inventory and ordering?
That'd be me and Haley both.
You and Helly?
Yes.
Okay.
And Taz as well. Our
Okay,
manager.
and Taz,
Taz
and
is
since you're bringing him up, who is Taz?
Taz is our working partner, also a general manager in a restaurant as well.
And he's the person who we are applying to have become a manager, correct?
Yes, we are, yeah.
Very good. How many employees do you think you're going to have total?
So total, we had 25, 30 requirements, so we had 25, 30 employee working the brass staff.
25 to 30?
30 employee, yes.
Okay. And what are you proposing your hours to be right now?
So Monday to Thursday, 11 to 12. Friday, Saturday, we do 11 to 1 a.m. and Sunday, 11 to 11.
How many tables are in the restaurant?
So total,
tables, not the bar, just tables.
Tables, we have 16 tables.
How many seats for those
80
tables?
86.
Very good. And you have a bar?
Yes, we do. It's
Okay.
a beautiful bar with 12 seatings.
Able to seat 12 customers there. How are customers going to be seated? Can they just walk in and sit down somewhere?
No, we now have host and server. It's going to serve them take them to the table, escort them to the table, yes.
Now, you're going to have more alcohol than you can sell in one day. You've got to have storage. Where is the alcohol going to be stored?
It'll be back office, which we have lock office, and also front of the bar as well.
So at the bar and in a locked office?
Lock office, yes.
Owners and managers only able to gain access to that alcohol
Yes.
because they're going to have the keys?
Yes.
Very good. Now, the board has rules about alcohol awareness, and they should be strictly followed. What are the rules that the board has about alcohol awareness specifically? That's the alcohol awareness course or certification.
So basically, any new employee is going to start working for us. Like, they're going to be 30 days, they're going to be 2 weeks, they're going to shadow someone who's been working over there. And then after the day they hire, once the certification has been obtained, we're going to submit to the liquor board within 10 days.
So once they have an alcohol awareness certificate, it goes to the liquor board within 10 days.
Right.
And when you said shadowing, it's going to be during the training period of employees that they're going to shadow basically a training person, someone who's got more experience.
Yes, definitely.
And I don't know if you mentioned it, but I know we've gone over it like 10 times. If you hire somebody on January 1st, within 30 days, that person must have alcohol awareness certification if they're going to have anything to do with alcohol, correct?
Yes, sir.
And anything to do with alcohol, I know I get a little wordy with this, but that means making the offer, taking the order, preparing it, delivering it, or accepting money for it. That's the 5 parts of a transaction. Anybody who has parts of that needs to be certified, correct?
Yes.
Excellent. What are the only sources of alcohol for your restaurant? Where are the only places you can get it to be able to resell it?
Basically, from only place of distributor, certified distributor, state of Maryland. So only certified distributor. Yeah.
Can you borrow or buy or bring alcohol from any other business that sells alcohol?
No, definitely not.
And you can't bring it from home, correct?
No, cannot. That's
Absolutely.
earlier.
Right? That can get folks in trouble. If the license is granted, how long do you have to keep alcohol distributor records on the premises and available? How long does it have to be there?
All count is 2 years, basically.
Okay.
To keep it, yeah.
And you have to keep employee records. There's no set time in the rules, but what kind of records do you have to have available for inspection?
But upon any arrival, any employee it has to be there on at the location, at the site, at the moment. Yeah.
And what specific information about the employee do you have to have?
All the information, social security, the names, the phone numbers, address, any certification they obtained by us, and all the information will be handy any given time.
And that's what you plan to do, and we've gone over this like 10 times. The rules say the name, the person's name, any aliases they use, their
Yes.
age, their address, and social security number. That is the bare minimum.
Bare minimum, okay.
But you're going to have more than that.
Sure.
From what you're describing. Very good. What's the minimum age for a waiter or waitress to serve alcohol?
18,
How about for a bartender?
21 plus. 21, yeah.
And if we sell wine by the bottle, can a customer take home the unfinished portion of the bottle?
Definitely they can, but it has to be, the cork has to be sealed on top.
It has to be sealed one way or the
yeah,
other.
yeah.
Excellent. Now, we've asked for entertainment, an entertainment privilege. Give us a few details about the entertainment that you're planning to have.
So Barasta, we can offer trivia nights, karaoke nights. We're gonna have live DJ, sports nights, live events at the sports bar. So those are the entertainment we can offer at the bar and at the restaurant, Barasta.
And do we plan to sell food to go by delivery?
Yes, for delivery. Yes, we do.
How about alcohol?
Alcohol, no.
What's the planned opening date?
So anticipating first week of May, next month.
You've been working on this for over a year. You know the area. Do you have any reason to suspect that the neighborhood or other businesses will suffer anything negative as a result of this business being able to sell alcohol inside the building?
Absolutely not.
What's the status of your other licenses and permits required? What's the status? What's left out?
So beside minor fixed on the health department, we have obtained all the licensing. See on it, everything's been approved.
So everything but your health department license, and that's in progress?
Yes, it's a few minor things which is going to obtain within the next day or two as well.
All right, very good. Do you plan to make surprise visits?
Oh, anytime, definitely, anytime.
That's good. If the board approves the license, this is really paramount. If the board approves the license, even if you're not there, you could be in another state. If somebody on your staff makes a mistake, does something bad, or the standards are not held completely, records, everything, do you realize that the liquor board is going to look to you, not your employee, they're going to look to you to be the responsible party. You are the man, you are the captain of the ship.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
Totally responsible.
That's responsible, yeah.
Yep. So the board may have questions for you, and I can ask Kelly her questions, which are much more brief. Whatever the board wishes, if they have questions for you now or
I think we turn over to the
afterward.
chairman. The only question, by the way, good job, Mr. Johnson. You pretty much answered everything that I could have asked.
Thank you, sir.
But, I've, of course, checked the file very closely, your diagrams, your photos, and so forth. The outdoor service area, or outside patio, we'll call it. You, of course, have not applied for outdoor service and probably wouldn't be granted, but I think it's important that I know, do you plan on putting tables and chairs in that area, or are you going to leave it vacant?
No, not right now. We're gonna come back for that for next time, once
Okay,
we're
so
ready
you're
for.
going to come back to the board
for
once
when-
you...
Yeah, when we're
Okay.
ready for do that. Yeah, right now, we're not serving anything outside the restaurant yet.
It's important, as you know, we have inspectors who are out and about all the time.
Right.
And the reason I asked
Right.
that question is your inspector who is sitting over there, that's one of the things he's going to be keeping an
Sure.
eye on because of
Yes.
the fact that you don't have
Yes.
outdoor service. So I just want to make sure that you understand and we're clear on that.
Yes.
I have no further questions. Thank you.
Commissioners, any questions?
I have no questions.
No, that was very thorough. I have no questions.
Thank you.
Yeah, I thought so too. I'm surprised I even got the outdoor services, but,
Mr. Chairman, did you have a motion?
yeah, sure, why not? I'm going to go ahead and make a motion that we do grant the license. And if there's any additional paperwork that needs to be completed, please make sure that's done before you'll be allowed to pick up your license. The motion is to grant it. I'm looking for a second.
I second the motion.
I have a second.
To clarify, that right now, the current application is for on-off sale. They've amended it to just on sale, so what's being approved is just on sale.
Right,
Correct.
we're not changing the class of the license, but we are putting a restriction on it that says no off sale. Understood? Okay. very
I still
good.
second.
All right, I have a second. So all in favor?
Aye.
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 Very good. That's it. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Johnson.
Thank you. Thank you very much. May
Have
I-
a good evening.
Mr. Chairman, may I submit the management application at this time, or would the office
Michelle-
rather I just send it? There you go. It's the management
All
agreement,
right.
and it's also
That concludes tonight's hearing. Thank everybody. Have a good evening. Be careful going home.